Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I filmed a video, like months I feel like. But anyway, I just wanted to do a little doll collector vloggy thing today. Sorry for the noise. We live on kind of a busy road, but today, this morning, I have a couple of hours before my shift starts. I got the girls on the bus already, and this tree over here, I'm gonna zoom in, is a crabapple tree, and the blossoms are starting to come out a little bit, so I wanted to do a little bit of doll photography. And it's a beautiful morning. I have all the dolls here. I just tried to pick maybe one of each category that I collect. So I have a Barbie. This is one of the camping Barbies that's, you know, pretty modern. And then we have a Lemon Meringue, vintage strawberry shortcake. I have a Kenner. This is another vintage 80s toy that I used to collect when I was little. We have Venus, of course. She is the queen of spring in Monster High Land. I have a Rainbow Bright Itty Bitty. I have a Shoppy mini doll. This is Bridie. And then I have a Shoppies regular doll. So I'm going to try to get a couple pictures done just for my Instagram account, just for fun. And I just wanted to show you guys what I do. So right now I'm just walking over to the tree. This is a nice forsythia bush, but the branches aren't really sturdy enough to hold the doll. Guys, I apologize for my dirty nails. I was just digging in the garden, so I haven't cleaned my hands yet. Gross, I know. But anyway, this is a really cool tree. I like to take doll photos in here sometimes when I can. It is right next to the road, as you can see, so sometimes it's like, hi, just taking doll pictures, don't mind me. But I'll try to find like a sturdy branch where I can prop the doll up. One thing I have to be mindful of is the shadows. The sun is coming from behind me, so we do get good light there. And I do find that if I find a shadier area, it actually turns out better than if I put her in a full sun area like that, because the shadows can sometimes look off. I don't know, I prefer to take pictures in the shadowed areas. Looks just a little better. Same with real life too. So this doll is not articulated very much, so it's a little hard to get her into a nice pose. I have to kind of lean her head against the tree, but that's okay. So here she is. I'm gonna go grab my regular camera and take a couple of shots to see how she turns out. So one thing I like to do is to take pictures at different angles. So even though I have the doll positioned a certain way, I can kind of sneak a picture in here, just get that branch out of the way, and I can sneak a picture here, or I can sneak a picture here. You can get a couple nice shots just by changing your positioning. And I always like to get a little bit of, like, see this green part here? I like to get that in the picture as well. And but I always want to keep the doll's face and eyes in focus. So like that would be a really pretty picture too. And today I am taking pictures with, let me just zoom out here. This is my Canon 60D, which I love. I've had this for probably about 5 years or so. I'm using a 50mm prime lens from Canon as well, which I love. This is great for portraits. It usually gives you a really nice blurry background, but sometimes I'll also use my 35mm prime lens. And those are really the only two ones I have. So now I have Venus propped up. She's a little easier because she can bend at the knees and the wrists, the elbows and everything, so she can kind of grab onto this branch a little bit. And I have her more in the sunlight, so I'm just going to experiment and see maybe what angles would look good for her. And she's so cute. I love her because her hair is so perfect in this little twist. This is the Reboot Venus that came with the basketball hoop. So I'm not the best at posing dolls. That's something I really want to work on this year, is getting them into some more interesting poses. But yeah, another fun thing to do with Monster High and Ever After High too, if you still collect them, is to take pictures of their shoes, because they probably have the best shoes out of all the dolls that Mattel has come out with since I've been collecting. But yeah, you can see how when you put her in the sunlight, she has more shadows on her face. So that could be something you're looking for, but if you want more of a beauty glam shot, so to speak, it's better to move them into the more shaded area like where I had Barbie before. Next I have this little Shoppy doll. This is Wild Style Valentina, or Valentine Hearts, or you know the one I'm talking about. I'm not sure what her real name is. But she's a little harder to pose because her head's really top heavy and she's not really articulated. So I'm gonna just, since she's so vibrant, I'm just gonna put her up in here like with, this is the bottom of the tree. So she has some interesting leaves and stuff around her. The green I think will look nice with her neon colors. And then I just try to sort of dig her stand in and bury it with stuff so you can't really see it. So if I want a more blurred background, then I pull the doll forward so that there's more distance between the doll and the background. And that'll actually work with a cell phone too. You'll create what's called a bokeh, which the focus is on this part, so it creates more of a focus or blending picture in the back. Okay, so these three are done, and then I have this one. I actually did her hair a few minutes ago, and I'm just trying to give her a cute little ponytail like that. She has nylon hair, so that responds really well to just wetting it and then wrapping it around something if you wanted to create a curl. And for the rest of these, I think I'm going to take them to a different tree and take some pictures. These are easy just to throw in my pocket when I go for a walk, and then I'll find somewhere to put them. I don't know if I'll take pictures of him. He's cute, but I don't really know if I need a photo shoot for him. So yeah, I'll check back in a little while. Okay guys, it's actually the next day. I wanted to take more pictures yesterday, but it started raining in the afternoon, so I didn't get to. But anyway, I did fix up this little girl's hair. I'm going to take the straw out to see how her little ponytail came out. Then I'm going to take a walk. I'm on my lunch break for work, and I'm just going to take a couple more just little pictures of these guys, yes. So we'll see. And here's this little one with her hair taken out, and it came out pretty good. That's the great thing about nylon hair. You just wet it and you can curl it, just form it to something, and it stays. Okay, so I'm out in the back field and I found this really pretty apple blossom tree. I didn't remember it being so tall though. So like the shortest branches were over my head. But I did want to take a picture of my little Shoppy girl. Oh my gosh, I put her in here and now I can't find her. Oh. Alright, hold on a sec, let me find her. Okay, there she is. Alright, so I'm going to take a couple pictures of her real quick. I just want to show you guys. So it is the beginning of May. Well, actually it's like halfway through May right now. And it's so pretty. Everything's finally green again and the fields are filled to the brim with dandelions. And it's so pretty. I love this time of year. It's like such a welcome sight after the 6 months of winter basically that we just had. So I'm going to take some pictures of this little one and then keep walking. Okay, this field's actually open. This usually is never open, so I don't usually come back here. That's where I just was, this tree right there. So I walked over here, and I think I'm going to try to do something with all these pretty dandelions somehow. So let's figure out what we're going to do. I find that when I take pictures of dolls with shorter flowers, I like to basically squat down and try to get my camera as low as possible and take a picture from this perspective because it seems like it's more interesting that way. So one thing I find helpful is if you can't get your doll to stand up, you can place a rock behind them or a stick and prop them up. Usually I use a chopstick. I forgot mine today, so I'm trying to use a rock, but this is pretty windy. So we'll see if it works. If not, I'll just pick a new spot. Okay, so now I've walked a little farther past the field and down onto this little dirt road. It leads back to another field and a swamp, and I'm just looking for another place to take a couple pictures. And I am just looking for sticks so that I can prop my Barbie up, because I know that she's probably not going to stand on her own. Sorry, out of breath. But yeah, so I'm gonna look down here. I know there's a big water puddle area where the spring kind of runs through into the pond, so that might be a cute, interesting place. But yeah, if I wasn't so tick phobic, I would go in there more and take pictures, which sometimes I do, but I'm wearing black pants today, so that's not the greatest idea. All right, I'll check in when I find a little spot. Okay, here's a little puddly area, but it looks really, really muddy. Usually this is more rocky, so I don't know. I might find a spot to take a picture or two. I could go further down and see what's down there as well. Okay, so I always try to bring a towel with me. It comes in handy when you want to lay the dolls down on the grass, especially if it's muddy or wet, so that you don't get them all dirty. And let's see, I think I'm going to try to use this little space right here maybe for some photos. So let's see. We'll see if they turn out. Okay, and 2 quick tips for this one. So for her, to get her to stand up, I just ended up propping a stick behind her like that, so that way she can lean back a little bit, and I made the base of her feet a little wider to give her a better balance. And then another tip is just to take a quick picture and then look at your picture, because a lot of times, for me at least, I will miss details, like a bracelet will be off or an earring will be sticking up, or like for instance, I took a picture and noticed her straps right there were twisted, so I fixed that. And then my last tip is that if you're taking a photo in this format where it's a rectangle shape, the overall photo, a good rule of thumb is to place the doll off center. So a lot of times you'll take a photo directly in the middle, but I think it adds a little more character when you place them off to the side. Now if you're doing a square picture for Instagram, then it doesn't matter. You can definitely just put them right in the middle. Okay, so for our last little batch of photos, I think I'm going to take it over here in this little spring tulip garden. And I just have to figure out a spot that would look good.
Hi guys.
What are you doing?
Digging a hole so we can put our flowers in here.
Thank you. I appreciate the help. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.